What's up, people? How are you all doing? I'm looking at myself. Some days I look at myself and be like, I am losing weight. And then there are other days I'm like, no. But like, I'm looking at myself right now in my mind, I am losing weight. But, anyways, it is that's the thing about it. Body dysmorphia. It's crazy. One day you look at yourself and you feel good, and another day you look at yourself and it's like, oh. Anyways, let's get into it, people. I'm feeling this press in my spirit to push a little more with my online presence, but a part of me is holding back because I understand the more I put myself out there, I am opening up myself to be perceived by a large group of people. And some of those people know me in a kind of way, like they have access to me in real life, but at the same time, they don't know all of me. I don't think anybody knows all of anybody of anyone. But and that's scary. I don't like people judging me. I don't like people talking stuff about me. I don't believe about myself, but I'm still learning how to navigate that. So I don't know, but I'm gonna try my best. For example, I wanted to start this podcast, and up to now I haven't been disciplined enough to get that podcast up and running, but I'm going to pull myself together, get serious, and get it done. Um, let's talk about last week. Last week, I realized something that this year, thus far, I've entered this year with a peace like no other. I remember one of the days in this week, I was sitting down and I was thinking to myself, I'm like, that's crazy. Like I just feel this calm in my spirit, like everything is gonna be all right, everything is gonna work out, and I don't need to worry. Literally, that's how I've been feeling in my spirit, right? And I remember telling a friend of mine, well, we're friends now because there's a colleague that I used to work with, but I don't work now. But she and I used to talk every day, and I appreciate those things. I'm gonna say she's my friend. Um, and another reason why I hesitate to call her my friend is two things I want to know about her that she isn't too forthcoming with, but I've learned that I have to respect people's boundaries and what they want to share. That's it. I mean, just like how I tell people certain things about me is not a business, I have to give others that grace as well. Um, but what was I talking about? Yeah, I was telling her, I said, my life feels so peaceful that like I want to start shit with somebody, or like I want to say something messy, like to get her. I was telling her that, and she started laughing, and she was encouraging me, not to do that, but stay peaceful, stay yada yada yada. And I said to myself, I don't want the toxicity to get the best of me, but I want to stay focused. I haven't done any therapy for the year, but this week I'm going to be paying the money. So more than likely, I'm going to have that session with her. If not, more likely, I'll have that session with her probably next week. Or maybe this same week. 'Cause Thursday would be like, no. Uh-uh. I'm gonna action next week. We're gonna have that session next week. We're gonna have that session next week because I like to go over to church and have the session. So I gotta choose a time when nobody not gonna be over at church. So more likely next week I'll have that session with her, or we could have it this week too. Anyways, if not this week, next week. I haven't had therapy yet for the year, but I will be continuing that. Um, but I just feel different, and I'm asking God to keep me with this peace. Like I know things are seasonal, but keep me with this peace. I like that in the name of Jesus. I don't have any beef. I don't have any issues with anybody. I'm good. I'm just focusing on what I have to do. So that's one of the things I want to talk about. I really have entered this year with a great sense of peace. Secondly, at work, things are heating up in terms of like, I gotta balance myself because remember now I'm always at college. So where I work now, I have, let me tell you how many classes I have to lecture. One, two, three, and then the other class four. This class five. About like five classes, right? And of the five, four definitely because the other one we have to work with the time. The timing I thought I would get to work with them is not working anymore. So I left. I told them, I said, yeah, I gotta figure it out, be together. I even offer after work hours timing. I'll see if they don't reach out. I did my best. That's my main job. Then the second job, which is downstairs, the next because I work at two centers. The other center downstairs, I am lecturing four class. I have four groups. So in my mind, I'm that kind of oh my god, and I ain't even count online. So there's five, six, seven groups, and then the four downstairs. Then on Saturdays I would do lessons. Now this is not me complaining about my job. This is just me saying that I know that because of the workload, I have to be prompt in teaching and in assessing. But the good thing is, next semester, but last semester for me was light. So this is the heavy semester, and I think that's granted. Everybody deserves a heavy semester. Next semester is not going to be heavy like that either because downstairs, the most I course, the more I may do two, three courses if anything. But the course I'll have to do next semester is very light courses. Even the courses I'm doing now, they're very light. They're non-exam level courses. And then upstairs, it's not going to be a lot of courses. So it's like the content, I have it. I have it. It's just that I have to be prompt in what I do. It's a lot of work that's required of me, but I'm gonna get it done. My masters, I'm a little week 3 begins today. I'm a little behind on week 2, but tonight I plan to when I done doing all my recordings for the evening, I'm gonna sit with my work there and get it done because I need to get it done. I'm gonna sit and get it done. Um, I'm a little behind there, but I'm gonna pick my pace up. The course I'm doing right now, it's called Competing Philosophies of Education. So we're reading a lot about theory, well, for people's philosophy on various concepts in education. So the first week I looked at like governance, etc. Week 2 is about peace, and I really enjoyed the reading that I did so far. Like on that alone, like I already have an idea of what I'm going to do for for the portfolio I have to do. I'm going to look at peace education. I'm going to look at what is happening in Gaza or Palestine and Israel, and more so how a lack of peace education, how that has greatly affected Palestine. I want to still look how it affects Israel, but more so Palestine because we see the destruction of that country. That thing make me very sad when I think about it, right? And we want to know how humans can be so cruel. But let me not. I'm gonna get into all of that in my academic paper. So I already have that focus on what I'm going to do. So I'm just gonna pick myself up because I know by the time I blink my eyes, the course finishes November, the first week in the first couple of days in November. By the time I blink my eyes, I know that time will run out. So I'll need to continue being prompt. So what else do I want to tell y'all about? Um Still have not sat down to continue writing the book yet. That has been a challenge for me. I watch no like TV show, movie. I watch any of that when the fast is finished. It's finishing this Sunday. So from Monday, as I feel like I can get back into watching my movies and series and so on. And I'm being a little bit more I found that this last week here, I utilized my working hours better in terms of finding myself doing things. And that's what I want to do. On the days when I am not teaching or at the hours that I don't have a class at work, because every day I got to teach, I want to take those days and be, especially like when I get assessments and so I mark, prepare PowerPoints, I got to work smart. So when I'm home, my nighttime would be for teaching at my part-time job and my work, my own personal reading, watching shows, doing work, and that's that. I guess the last thing I'm going to address in this video would be last night I went to games night with my some of my colleagues that I did the postgrad with. Yeah, I went with some of my colleagues that I did the postgrad with, and when I tell y'all, I am a homebody. But you see, whenever I go in a different environment that exists outside of home, work, and church, I feel refreshed. And I realize how important that is. So one of the first things I want to do this week when I'm done, oh, when I'm done with the fast, I want to go to the cinema and watch this movie. One of them days, the Kiki Palmer says, and I'm just praying to God that the movies does well in Guyana, where they keep it in cinema at least up to next week, Tuesday for me. Because yeah, Tuesday I could leave work a bit early. I should be able to leave work a bit early and go and watch that movie. So I'm praying that I'm able to do so. Uh, but the games night was nice. There's so many things I want to say, but certain things you gotta keep to yourself. But nothing crazy happened at the games. Now, let me say that nothing crazy happened. They had meat, a lot of other stuff that I couldn't eat, so I just drank a little juice, and that juice was so sweet. And I know it's why, because I haven't been indulging a lot of sweet things this fast. When I drank that sweet juice, I put water in it. When I tell you, I had a headache, so I stay clear of them sweet things. Um, we had nice things to eat. I didn't eat a lot. We played domino. We played Never Have I Ever. Well, obviously with Never Have I Ever, I tell people I'm as innocent and as pure as could be. So a lot of the things on the cards I had no experience about. But then they had like this dare it or drink it game. Obviously, I didn't do really any of those dares. So they would see me on my water sipping, and everyone there was laughing because they got alcohol, I got my drink. Now I'll tell y'all this: I do consume alcohol, but I don't consume alcohol on a regular basis. I like, if I was not in the spirit of fasting at church, I would have consumed some alcohol, but then not a lot because once again I was the driver, so I was the designated driver last night, right? Because two of my other colleagues, but of the two, then one is a colleague and I say the other one is a friend, and we went there. It was in Diamond on the East Bank. It was nice. When I tell you, it was nice time. And for me, in my mind, I thought the time would have moved. So that time fly. By the time we kept I look at them and said, we gotta go. And we left there, like say about 11, and I reached home minutes to 12, literally. But by the time I settled into my bed, everything was already after 12. And it was really amazing. And one of the things I observed or picked up from when I was at the games night, I said to myself, everyone, I was around some people who I admired for different reasons, people who are bold about living their life out loud. And one of the things I looked at and I said, sometimes, not sometimes, I believe it's very good to surround, every time I want to hide this vest, is not hide, it's good to surround yourself with people who are inspirational to you. When you color outside of the box or outside of the lines, people will make their own judgments. They won't understand you. But like if you find yourself around the right set of people, that can be inspiring. And with those young people, you can see their aims and their ambition. They're limitless. And for me as a dreamer, somebody like last night, one of the questions was like, say something negative or and positive about the person I left. So the person I was happened to be the person on their left. And the thing the person said for the positive was that, I can see that you're a person when you put your mind to something, you get it done. And people always say that about me, and it's one of the traits I love about myself. I remember when I was in grade 5, I had a new teacher, and she said to me, basically what she was saying, I ain't getting second term. And I remember it was a Friday, I went home the weekend and I studied like I never studied before. And I came out that term with second. And that was one of the first examples where I realized that I like proving people wrong. And for me, I have a very good life now. Don't get me wrong, that's something I've had to accept. But there are more things I want. As a young man, I look forward to having my own home. Like that I could say it's mine. I drive a car. I look forward to not only paying off this car, but getting a new car, upgraded car. And I look forward to professional advancement. Some of them being, I want to be a New York Times best-selling author. I now have the ability to sell books and tell my life story and on bigger platforms and connect with people across the world. I know I can do that. I could act. I know that without a shadow of a doubt. It may take a little while for me to learn the lines at first, but once I get into it, I know I could do it. Those are things I want to do. I have stories within me that I want to write for a TV and movie. Like a creative path is the path I really want to take. And those things, like in my life, every time I dream and I get it, I just realize how within reach it always was. Is just look far away. This car that I'm making this video in at one point felt out of reach, but just now we'll be in I think by month or early February, will mark 1 year since I've been actively driving this car, right? And it feels like a long time because I've done a lot of driving. Um, just now I have to take the car to get its second servicing. Um, what else? What else was a dream? Getting into college. Look how many months that took, but I got it. And I would every day I tell myself, I'll be like, Jared, you will have that life where you get to move overseas. I don't know how I end up here, but I'm here. I tell myself I'm gonna get that. I don't know, like T.S. Madison would say, I don't know when, I don't know how, but I know. And that's a conviction I have to have within me that even though I don't know how I'm going to get this book to a big publisher. I don't know how I'm going to get into acting. I don't know how I'll do all those things. But I know that God has that part mapped out for me. I just have to stay the course. And I think one of the biggest things for me is not to give up. It's not to give up. And like the way I'm looking at my life, I'm like, there's a big part of me that feels like I got to serve all this contract. And I'm telling myself, God still has things. Because I would look wrong in my life and in my environment, and I'd be like, okay, I kind of understand why I still have to be here right now. I understand. And I run out of patience at times, but God is keeping me. So what will I even entitle this video? I don't even know. But maybe I'll say believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Take care, everyone. I'll see y'all next week.